grab a question from the outer and run with it. It's a simple one. It's from Shawnee Fish. Keeping in mind we're 1-5 at the moment, he says, how the heck do we get out of this mess?
I think it's, as a player, I suppose you're always trying to draw on experience. And I've been in this situation before. In 2010, we were 1-5, funnily enough. And we came out of that to make finals. And I think from a playing point of view, what we felt on the weekend and what we've reviewed is we're not too far away. Like a 40-point loss sounds big, but the way we review the game, as in-depth as anyone out there, we felt like we just need to make a few better decisions, I suppose, around the ground with the ball and without the ball, and we think we can capitalise a little bit more than we have been. But as a player, I think any player remains optimistic, and there's clearly people out there that have written us off. But when you're inside the club and when you're training every day, you're reviewing the game like we do, and we come up and we compete, any player in here remains optimistic that we can turn it around.
Not just written you off, but sunk the boot in. David Schwartz says not one player on the list has improved on last season. Mark Robinson says the club has failed to mentally recover from that belting over in West Coast in the prelim final. I mean, the critics are circling, and some would argue justifiably so.
Well, I don't think the mental one's justifiable. Like, how do you justify that? That is just a throwaway line that grabs the headline. I mean, he's never been inside here. He doesn't see how we carry ourselves every day. So they're the comments as players that you don't even look at, to be honest. It's quite hysterical. David Schwartz is another former great of this club and has his opinion, and that's clearly that we haven't improved on last year. That's probably an obvious way to describe how we're going. But internally we remain optimistic, and people might think that's quite bizarre, but that's where we sit. We're 1-5, obviously, but we don't think this year is finished in any sense. So we come to training today and every single day trying to get better, trying to stay in the moment, and trying to get ourselves back on track.